First of all, congratulations on the celebration of the Silver Jubilee of Manfest at IIM Lucknow. I wish all the students the very best on this occasion. I thought I will talk about where India is and what is the opportunity for India as you look at the future. There is a lot of concern, there is a lot of negativity, there is a lot of angst within the country at this point. And our economic growth has slowed down from the recent high of about 9% to maybe around 7.5% at this point. So, what do I see as opportunity in the future, and how do I see the future for us actually? Clearly, I am an optimist and I see a huge opportunity in front of us in India. First of all, the whole world's attention is on India at this point. Our consumer base is very, very large, 1.2 billion consumers. There is a growing middle class. If you look at from 1991 to today, the last 20 years, we have added about 250 million people to the middle class. That is a significant growth that has happened, a significant transformation that has happened very quietly in the last 20 years. And that is the reason why the entire world today looks at Infosys. As our standard of living grows, as the per capita income in India grows, as the GDP continues to grow somewhere between, let us say, 7 to 10% over the next several years, we will see significant opportunities not just for Indian companies, for global multinationals also to sell to this consumer base, as well as use this consumer base as a resource base. That is the second opportunity that I see. In the last 20 years, again the perception of professionals in India have changed. Today, because of the quality education that we are able to provide in institutions like IIM Lucknow, there is a feeling that the professionals in India are second to none. They are more adaptable, they can actually become global citizens, global employees, and they are in demand from around the world. The third opportunity I see is that India is in the middle or is part of the knowledge revolution that is happening in the world. With internet, we have complete access to all the resources, all the knowledge that is available around the world. We are on par in terms of access. Of course, there is still a significant number of people who do not have this access, but given that a large population, about 250 million people, as I said, have access to internet, about 600 million people have cell phones, mobile phones, that access is available today to a large percentage of the population. And given that they have the access, they can now participate in commerce, they can participate in actually venting or giving their opinions on social media. If somebody, for example, records something and puts it out on YouTube, millions and millions of people around the world can actually hear, see and listen to this within no time actually, and that is a tremendous change that has happened between 20 years back and now, and that again is a significant change and a significant opportunity that has happened in India today. We are part of this knowledge revolution. Many of the innovations that are brought to this field have been made possible by Indian professionals and in many cases by Indian corporations also. Many of the large multinationals have their research and development facility in India, and that means that India has a role to play in bringing out this innovation to the market. We are also leveraging this to create an inclusive society. We can take now banking to the rural areas, we can take healthcare to rural areas, we can take education to rural areas, and we are doing that in larger and larger proportion, larger and larger percentage. For example, Finacle, which is the banking software from Infosys, today has an extension which allows banking correspondents to take banking to the rural people, to the villages using mobile phones. So, clearly we are able to leverage technology to create an inclusive society. And as we bring more and more people online, as we provide access to more and more people, opportunities to more and more people, as the standard of living increases, as the per capita income of the country increases, I strongly see a future that is even better than where we are today. And in the medium to long term, that is why I believe that we are in a very strong growth environment today in India, in spite of course, the uncertainties that exist today. We have to make sure that we look at education, we look at research, because as we continue development, we have to look at new products and new solutions, especially in the Indian environment. We have to look at innovation, so that research can be taken to market as products and services, and we have to look at entrepreneurship, so that we can create new enterprises. So, these are the four elements of creating a very successful, growth driven, competitive society, that is education, research, innovation and entrepreneurship. And if you are able to do that, we can take advantage of where we are today, the situation we have in front of us, and I see a future that is even better and brighter than what it is today. For a management institute, the models for development which are relevant today, that is what I would expect you people to think about and bring to fruition, because the existing model for development, which is based on consumption, which is based on credit, which is based on resource intensity, is not sustainable. So, we have to come out with a new model for development, and who better than India to come out with this model for development, who better that one of the management institutes in India to come out with the next model for development. That is what I would request you to think about and discuss. So, again, thank you all for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with you on this occasion, and all the very best.